Hello and welcome. My name is Aaron. Today I'm watching the music video for Cameo Love by tripleS, msnz, Moon, and why are these group names always getting longer? I have already heard the song. I actually wrote a review for the whole mini album. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but when it is out I will link it. I am planning to react to all the music videos. I'm just trying to not do a whole tripleS week, and instead I'm spreading them out a bit. And I'm reacting to the music videos in the msnz order. That's why we're starting with Moon instead of Fly Up. So that's just how I'm handling that. Just felt intuitive, you know? Okay. And I'm just a casual tripleS listener, and that's all I have, so let's just get right into it. A rock. The rock is interesting. Okay, that's already fascinating. I do have to point out that this is the thumbnail. The fact that I have to keep the quality pretty low is not doing this any favors. That's fully on my side because I don't have a choice. I was really confused by the start because it was such a casual scene, and that they're throwing us right into these dark, empty streets is a really interesting choice. Let's continue. The choreo looks really cute. Dancing with the flashlight is a great idea. I don't know how to translate that to an actual music show performance, but I feel like they should try that. What I meant to say is something that I do remember when I first listened to Cameo Love was that it sounded like any visualization of it should be monotone in color, and it's really interesting that that's actually what's happening because we're having a lot of these dark scenes. There's not a lot of color besides very dark blues and this one red pixel we can see here. But I think it's good if you can imagine a visualization to the song, and when they actually do something visual with the song, it matches. That's a good indicator that whatever they try to convey musically, they manage to do. But I'm also hoping we get a few lighter scenes in here somehow. And with that, I do not mean more scenes with lights, though I wouldn't mind those. Oh, Q&A reference. They seen. That's a great shot. They're making very good use of moving transitions that actually are just hard cuts. And it fits the song really well. It's interesting that there was Q&A in the background because that's another song that came out with this mini album that got a music video. I wonder if they are all kind of interconnected, like just the music videos. That there are references here and there to each of them, or if it's just one connected with another. Though it could also be that it was just Q&A because it was an actual Q&A. But that seems like too much of a coincidence to actually just be randomly the same. I wouldn't mind all the music videos being interconnected. I just think I won't catch that if it is actually the case. But we'll see. We'll see. Aliens? Aliens! It's always aliens. I'm incredibly curious about the choreography because it's so flowy. A lot of girl group choreo will end up being very arm and hand heavy, and while it is still flowy, it will be very small movements. This choreo, from what we've seen, and we've seen quite a bit, is very flowy with big movements, which is kind of unusual. And I rarely have it that just from like the moments in the music video that we see of the choreo that I'm like, I want to watch the performances. That doesn't happen that much. So this is standing out to me, and I should probably look if they performed it and watch a few stages if they did. Because it's rare that I get intrigued to watch a choreo from a group that I'm not already a fan of. I think I'm just fascinated how the pieces that we do see work as a choreography and how well they fit the song. I still don't know what the song's about. I didn't look up the lyrics, I didn't look up any translations. But I feel like even without that, I can tell that the choreo fits whatever the song is actually about. And that's a really important aspect I feel like a lot of people don't really value as much. So let's watch the rest of it. Ooh. That's a cute logo. Okay, tripleS, the idol of all possibilities. I will say I'm not too sure about the set choice. The outside set is very particular. None of the other sets they had really fit in with that. There were aspects of it, but I feel like they needed at least one. I mean, okay, the thing is, because the unit is called Moon, I feel like they would have either had to stay entirely with the dark visuals of like the buildings and the outside space with the lights, which is a really great choice, I want to add, or they had to have a second bright set. I feel like just having that one really bright set broke up the cohesion of the music video too much, and they could have completely survived without it. What I do kind of wish is that they would have pulled in a few more elements that are light, because the only light we had in the dark scenes were like actual lights or the spotlight type stuff. And I feel like they could have done a little bit more with like glowing things. You know, like the glow stars you put on the ceiling or any cutely shaped lamps or something. Even candles or I don't know what they're called. I put up the name of them. I don't even know what they're called in German right now. Like something that glows besides the spotlight. I get it was probably intended as like the moonlight directly, but that also made the music video very, very simple visually in a lot of aspects, and they purposefully, what's the word? They purposefully overlighted the members, which is fine, but I feel like they did that too much. Do I think the music video fits the song? Yes. Do I think they could have done it a little bit better? I think so, but we should also acknowledge they had to do 4 music videos and a special clip. So I guess I understand it, but I also feel like if one of the units had to have a lot of playing with light, it would have been the moon unit. And it's just a little bit unfortunate to see that they didn't really go full in with that. And I do kind of wish they would have done a little bit more with the color, because they could have. I feel like even the day scene here could have worked if we would have had more yellow glowing elements in the dark scenes. I feel like that might have been able to balance out a little bit, but I don't know. So I will say I feel like the song might be growing on me, so I might have to listen to it a little bit more and revise my opinion from my review writing. I'm also not sure about the thumbnail choice. I feel like there were a lot of pretty shots of the members that they could have used instead, and they didn't for some reason. I get wanting all the members on the thumbnail, but I feel like that only works with smaller groups, and tripleS is the exact opposite of a smaller group. So I don't know. They could have picked something better, because they were really pretty shots. They won't be pretty in my video because I'm really low on the quality, but in higher quality there would have been really good thumbnails here. At first I liked how little color there was, and now I'm just confused by it, which is also interesting. Anyway, I think that's where my thoughts end for this. I like the idea, I'm just not sure on the execution. And now I am actually more curious about the other music videos, if they are similar to this one in quality and direction, I think is the only way I can really phrase it. Or if they are significantly different, so that's going to be interesting. And I have to put Cameo Love back on my re-listen playlist because it's now stuck in my head again. That's just how it goes. Anyway, I will link all the important stuff down below. That includes my other tripleS reaction, the review I wrote whenever that comes online, and the other reactions whenever those come online. And some playlists, because I do more stuff. I do a bunch of reactions all the time, apparently. That's now what I do. So that's where I leave it for now. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, drink tea, and with this, I release in the depths of the universe once again. See you!